Hey, Father Taylor here, and this is the second week of our program, which is all about that we're doing God's work in the world, or theologically correct, joining God and the work that God is doing in the world. And so today I have like one of my favorite servant guys. You may or may not know Bill because he goes to the 8 o'clock service. But when I have jobs like to do, which involve some real service, and I'm not sure if I can find somebody, I have this like light that I shine up, and it shines up somewhere over Necker's Children's Store, and it's the Bill Pascucci light. So Bill, how are you doing? Great to have you today.
I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine, Father, and thanks for having me on.
Yeah. So 2000. When did you come to the church? What year was it?
I came to Trinity January of 2000. Actually, it was the first week of January of 2018. I'm sorry, and I've been coming ever since. It's a great place to be.
And you're most famous probably for your wife's store, which is what?
Necker's Toyland.
Necker's Toyland, which is the only toy store I think in the entire New England where you can go and get ashes for Ash Wednesday and palms for Palm Sunday. It's the only store that's got like an outlet.
And hula hoops.
And hula hoops. You never know. Maybe we'll use those on Good Friday. So the reason I got to know you because I came just before you did, and you and I started doing lunch in the park together.
That's right.
So how did that go? Like, why? How did that get your interest to do lunch in the park?
I did it with another church before I came to Trinity, and I really enjoyed it. But when I came to Trinity, it was an ongoing program. Where I'd been before, it wasn't. It was occasional, and I signed up right away. There was a sign-up sheet. It was very welcoming, and I started coming and making sandwiches every second Saturday and bringing them down to the park.
And I think I remember your first time that you actually went. You want to tell that story?
Well, I didn't know what we were doing. Just making sandwiches. We drive down to Hartford, and it's the day of the Hartford Marathon. Every street is closed. We can't get anywhere near Bushnell Park. We finally managed our way in a caravan, you and myself and maybe another person. And we park by the Civic Center, and then we have to walk maybe 3 or 4 blocks carrying these. I mean, these boxes are heavy. 30, 40 pounds. I mean, I didn't have my rucksack with me, and a little older than that. And so we carried them down to the park, and we served lunch that day. But
so those are those blue bins that we have the sandwiches in, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. They were heavy. They were heavy.
Yeah. But you kept coming back. So what is it about serving at lunch in the park that really, keeps you coming back? What is it about?
I think there's a number of things, but I think the most important thing is that, to me, the food is nourishment. But it's also nourishment for the soul, to help these people, to be part of it, to be able to do something that you can do that provides something that somebody needs. And there's very little, there's no cost connected to it. You don't have to worry about that. It's just something you want to do and you feel good about, and you do it because you feel good doing it. And when you meet the people down at the park, you see how much they appreciate what you're doing, and it makes it all worthwhile.
So if you had to say, like, we often ask the question in the church, where have you seen God in the stuff you do? So where do you see God at work in that whole process?
I see God almost everywhere in the process. When I retired several years ago, I just wanted something to do. I knew I had to do something. I didn't know what it was. And then it came to me, I went lunch in the park, and that went really well. And I saw that this is where I was being driven. This is where I was being directed. And right after that, COVID started, and I learned about these folks that have disabilities up in the Ojakian Commons in Simsbury. Most of the residents.
I remember that you had read a story in the Hartford Courant about a lady in Simsbury who was providing lunches for her daughter, I think, and some other people.
That's right.
And I remember you called me up, like this was your idea. You said, "Hey, there's this opportunity to do something." And I remember you called me up and you talked about how many lunches we would do. And I said, "I think we can pull that off." And then I said, so we'll join you on the day that you provide lunches.
That's
And
correct.
you said to me, oh, no, we're going to have our own day, but that's the day that I'll make lunches for everybody. So
That's
you
right.
still come across that often. So
Yeah. Yeah, I was making the 48 lunches on Thursday, but then there were several other Trinity volunteers who consistently each made 8 lunches. I think there were 6 people making 8 lunches, 6 parishioners making 8 lunches, meeting me at Ojakian, and then we would deliver them to the residents, and they would get a lunch on Monday. And then the other lady who you spoke about from Simsbury, she would deliver them on Tuesday. So back then, and you don't remember, but the grocery stores, everybody's wearing masks, and these folks at Ojakian are very compromised, so they couldn't come in contact with people with COVID. But any event, to me, that was something that I did. It just fell in front of me. It fell on my feet. It was like, so many things that are good. This is something that I had hoped to do, but I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what I was going to do. And I continue it.
I just think that's a great story, because that's a picture of, we go to church to worship, but it's not just about us. Our worship leads us out of where we're sitting in the church to be serving God in the world. Now, that might be something really big, or it might be you just notice something, but we get this opportunity to join because God nudges us, or as you said, drives us or directs us, gives us this opportunity to serve God in this way, which is like one of the best parts of Trinity Church. It gives people the opportunity to serve God in the wider world.
It's actually wonderful, because it's just, you can't imagine what you're going to do next. You don't know. Just someone's going to call you up tomorrow and say, "Hey, can you do this?" And you could say, "Oh, yeah, I can do it." And it's something very simple, but it's so meaningful to that person or to other people that love that person, and you can help that way with very little effort, and you feel good about what you do, and I do feel like I am being directed. I don't wake up every day saying, "Let's see, who can I go help today?" It doesn't happen that way. It's somebody you'll see something and you'll know something has to be done, or you'll provide some sort of, there's going to be a trunk thing, or there's going to be a food thing, and you got, "Oh, it's Saturday, I can do it." Deb will give me the day off, and I'll come down there and participate. It just feels good.
Well, thanks, Bill. I think this is a really great picture of one of the reasons why our financial investment isn't just giving to the church, just for, to keep the building going or something. No, it's an investment in people, and then people go out and do God's ministry, joining God's work in the world. So thanks so much. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you very much, Father. Take care.